welcome to day 4 of our 12 days of whiskey, where we're counting down the top 12 selling whiskies in the UK. And I'm joined, as always, by Luke John.
Ni hao.
And today we are looking at the number 9 whiskey, which is Monkey Shoulder. Now, Monkey Shoulder is made by William Grant & Sons. So just like yesterday's Glenfiddich, they're making Monkey Shoulder, coming in on our 9th spot. This is a relatively new brand, though. So it was only introduced in 2003, and it's quickly gone on to become one of the biggest selling blended whiskies in the world, or brands of whiskies in the world, because they don't just have a single one. There are 2 versions of this. So this one, I call it the original, but it's batch 27, which is made from Speyside malts, and they have a Smoking Monkey, which is made from Islay whiskies malts.
Yeah, which I've had previously, the Smoking Monkey. However, this is the first time I've ever had kind of that OG batch 27. So it should be interesting for me. And one of the cool things I like about the brand being Monkey Shoulder is it's named after the repetitive strain that people used to get while folding the malted barley on the malt floors. So that's kind of like a little nerdy, cool thing that some whiskey peeps have got going on, where we actually like it when it comes into a little bit of history, shall we say.
And the fact that that's become like a brand name as well. So it's kind of good an idiom like that comes across into the actual brand world. A bottle of this, so 700 millilitres, you're looking at £28. Depends price point of the year, as always, sometimes on offer. But I think it's time to crack it open and get in and see what it's like. I think it's just the bottle shape, but it just feels like there's more in it. Just feels like there's more.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're using miniatures for this one. But as you can see on the cap, these are 3 monkeys. It's kind of like see, hear, and say type of thing going on. Which is pretty cool, but obviously the 70cl bottle kind of has it etched into the bottle, or stuck onto the bottle with a little bit of a metallic. So
yeah, you've always find with miniatures, like the worst part is when they're plastic, really, at that stage, which I would say it's a 50-50, isn't it, between what's plastic and what's glass here. But yeah, you're not getting the actual full size, everything that would go into it. Although they do have on the bottom the embossed monkeys at the bottom of the glass, which is kind of nice. But for a miniature, there's a price point, isn't there? And that's what they're trying to hit. All right, so looking at it in the glass, for me, I mean, it's a pale colour, so it's like a light honey colour that I'm getting on that.
yeah, like a honeycomb, like fudge type of thing going on.
On the nose, I got to be honest, the first thing to hit me there was, aside from oak, lemon.
It's kind of got a fruity pear to it. It's kind of coming through, a little floral, very sweet. The aroma of that is sweet. It's had a bit of oakiness to it, kind of like a virgin oak. That all kind of fresh and new. But yeah, I mean, it smells pretty good, to be honest.
It does smell. It smells good. I'm not getting too much on a sweetness on the nose. More oak. There's a bit of... I said the lemon was there to begin with, but I'm getting the malt and I'm getting some sort of spice, but I mean, whether it's...
Just as I'm kind of moving it across me nose there, I'm picking out like a leathery note to it, which is just sitting just on the edge there.
As you're wafting it past.
As I'm wafting it past, yeah.
All right, well, I'm interested to see what comes through on the flavours from this and what we get out from it. So, cheers, mate.
Cheers. And then completely different to the nose. It's got a pepperiness, spiciness, pretty dry, I would say.
I would say with that, it's a burn in the mouth. The heat is all in the mouth, isn't it? It's not going anywhere else. You've just got the heat in the mouth. And then I'm picking up, I think that's like a bit of those spices, so bit clovey. You get a bit of clove off it. It feels a long finish, but the long finish only is just hanging around in my mouth. The heat's dissipated. I'm getting oak.
There's a slight lemon there, which is not over the top, but you're kind of not getting. I mean, yes, it's blended, but there is no vanilla, there's no caramel, there's none of that whatsoever.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I got more lemon on the nose. There is a hint of lemon in the after stages. So, I say the first stages for me, as soon as I take it in, is that heat hits. There's a lot of heat to it and a lot of oak and wood straight away.
There's kind of a dark chocolate, slight bitterness just on the finish, I would say, on my palate.
Charcoal. For me, it comes more across as like a charcoal. It goes beyond like chocolate, a bit more burnt.
Yeah, which is obviously like dark chocolate has kind of got that element to it, where it's kind of overpowering.
I'd say it's a bit nutty on the end. I mean, with that spice, I'm sort of, I say, I get the heat and I get a nutty element and charcoal. That's it. It's not like a delicate one. This is quite strong on the flavors. They're quite competing against each other, I feel. I don't know if I'd say it's that balanced, unfortunately, in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, from the other three that we've had, this is certainly the least complex and probably the least interesting, dare I say. In terms of flavor, it's just kind of
Don't they? It's good for using it as with a mixer. So generally, you're not going to be having this neat. Yeah. So I mean, final thoughts for me. I'm going to sound bad and say I'm not a huge fan of this. I mean, it's blended, but I just feel that the overall flavors on it aren't, for my palate wise, what I'm looking for. The heat residing just in the mouth area. I do like a bit of heat to come in the throats, but it just seems to be, it resides in the mouth. The heat's there. Then when the heat departs, I'm getting like nut, clove, and admittedly, I'm not a huge overpowering clove fan. And then I'm getting like slight lemon. I mean, there's more on the nose than in the final taste. But using it as a mixer, maybe it'll come across better at that stage because it's quite strong in those flavors. So when you actually mix with it, it could actually come together very well.
Yeah. For me, certainly not a sipper. Some blends do go okay. sipping neat or maybe with a little bit of ice. But yeah, that's kind of not my favourite. The smoky, for me, is much better than that in terms of what you get. But yeah, this one's just a little bit bland, short. Yes, more of a mixer. Probably, should I say, my least favourite up to now.
Yeah, I agree. It's my least favourite, and I'm just wondering what we'll get out some of the others that are more meant to be mixed on the list. I'm hoping this is the only one that we think of like this, and the rest are actually decent to have neat. But I say, not everything's meant to be taken neat, and they say this has been distilled and blended to be more for mixing, so it's got the flavour it can part through. Well, that has been Monkey Shoulder, and that is number 9 on our list of top-selling whiskies in the UK. We'll see you tomorrow, number 8. Take care, everyone.
Namaste.